Ladies and gentlemen, on this Wednesday morning, we're going to briefly get you caught up on Sam. It is steady, if nothing else. Category 4 hurricane, peak winds, 130 miles an hour. Same as this time yesterday, basically. Sam's eye, roughly 600 miles due east of San Juan, Puerto Rico. Its only impacts on the island and the U.S. East Coast will be large swells and perhaps some rip currents there this upcoming weekend. And let's talk about some creeping lava claiming more buildings in the Canary Islands. Nearly 600 homes, businesses, and schools. They have been destroyed in the 9 days since the La Palma volcano began its eruption. The flow has traveled about 4 miles, has reached the Atlantic Ocean on Tuesday. Lava comes in contact with colder seawater. It could actually generate a steam of hydroelectric acid. Spain put 3 coastal villages under lockdown due to those toxic fumes. Golly, looks like a movie. And new research by 30 European academics suggests children face a dire future filled with extreme climate disasters. Their study shows a baby born this year will, on average, see 7 times as many heat waves, twice as many wildfires, and nearly 3 times as many droughts as their grandparents. The study, published in the journal Science, concludes people younger than 40 today will live an unprecedented life even under the best climate change scenarios. That is
anyway, I digress. There is fall. Everyone's like, where's fall? Well, it kind of left us where it's been so, I guess, robust for a good part of September. So the northern plains, the southeast, we've even had a couple of frontal passages, a couple of cool weekends in places like Atlanta and Greenville, South Carolina. But that's gone for now, all right? We're kind of sitting underneath this ridge axis, which is being bookended, if you will, by a couple of troughs of low pressure. So there you see it. And thank goodness for this East Coast trough. Oh, do you really want to deal with Sam, major hurricane? No, you don't. And that's helping to steer it up through the evacuation route, which is going to be east of Bermuda, and then potentially...
Terrible storm. There was a lot of wind. The wind was strong, man. I thought the whole house was gonna come off the blocks.
We saw slow water coming in under the door, and then it progressively just got worse.
No one's really been able to go back down there except they told me that my house is gone. What we need down here is support, whatever we can get.
A month ago today, people's lives turned upside down, not only in the south central United States, but little did we know this thing was going to move on to the northeast. 82 deaths reported at this point from this storm. No question this will be another I name that gets retired. Still without power in Louisiana, some 6,880 customers. Jefferson Parish leading the way with 3.4 thousand customers. Not surprising, certainly, given what we know. So let's talk about this. We got 31% of the tropical season left, which really, at this point, you start to look a lot more toward the Caribbean, the southeast coast, the Gulf of Mexico. We do have a lot of action in the main development region of the eastern Atlantic, but I don't think any of this is going to really be impacting us much. Hurricane Sam we'll spend a lot of time on. 91L is going to go away pretty soon, I think, even though some of this DNA sneaks into the Caribbean. So down the road, we'll watch it. 90L looks about as good as you can look out in the eastern Atlantic right now. So here's 130 mile per hour Cat 4. 950 was the 5 a.m. advisory. There's a hurricane hunter out there now. They just got 954 from their latest drop. So you're going to see pressure fluctuations like that. From a satellite perspective, I mean, this thing's still got deep convection wrapping around the center. There's no sense to believe that it's weakening in any state, way, shape, or form. And through, if anything, it almost looks like it's trying to get, some pretty good convection all the way around the center. Thank goodness for southwest flow, right? That's going to obviously be the means to getting this thing out of the way and off the East Coast. We're still dealing with it, believe it or not. It won't be till as we get into the early part of the weekend that it'll bypass Bermuda and then probably get kicked by the next trough, which is coming into the northeast up to the north. Still some question for Newfoundland. All right, we're going to start to see the wind field spread out a little bit, so we could certainly deal with that. But for the next several days, we're going to have a major hurricane or a Cat 2 on our hands. Here's Invest 90L. The good news with this is all of the guidance brings it into the central Atlantic. All right, none of this brings it west. I think the most interesting thing is 91L, which probably won't develop, but some of that DNA, Steph, will potentially sneak into the Caribbean for something down the road. So we'll watch it.
We have to watch that one, exactly.